Okay, we have everything we need for step one of making mycelium plastics. And so we have the mycelium growth medium, which is hemp that's been ground up, and the powder that is the mycelium itself. We have all-purpose flour, we have water, and we have a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. Give those a little spray. Let's mix our flour and water. One of the funny things that the instructions said was that we should not smell the growth medium. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I really want to sniff it, just because it told me I couldn't. I will refrain. Alright. Try to pour this without getting it everywhere. I'm going to clip it for the moment, and then you mix it up. I think it is fully moisturized. So the next step is to put it in a place out of the sunlight. We'll let it sit until it's fully white, which they say is 4 or 5 days. So this is stage 2, where we take the 5-day-old mix, we break it in part, and we put it in the mold. So this is like a form that has a very specific box shape that I want the final shape to be. It has a very unique but not unpleasant odor. So at this point I'm trying to break it into little pieces that I can put into molds. Our mycelium casserole is ready. I think these need a little bit of oxygenation. So that means drilling holes. So let's demold. Let's see what we get. Okay, gross. Gloves. It's actually pretty dry. There's moisture on the top of these guys. This one's interesting. So I only filled it to right below where these holes are on the side, and it has not expanded any, but the mycelium has sort of filled in all the gaps. Well, that does not look like a solid piece of plastic to me. Let's take these and bake them, and then we'll see what we get on the other side. Well, it isn't what I expected, but it is pretty interesting. These two basically feel like the equivalent weight of like styrofoam, and I think probably the equivalent strength. So one of my theses is that the mycelium didn't grow enough because there's not enough oxygen reaching the inside. I have a lot of ideas about how to improve the molding process for 3D printed molds. Things like tilting the sides out a little bit so demolding is easier, making the mold come apart in such a way that it doesn't require me to actually cut the 3D print. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this experiment, figuring out whether mycelium growth in forms or in pucks can be used as replacements for petroleum plastics in various scenarios. I think this mix is perfect for any place we would use urethane foams. That's not a long-term thing. I can just compost that. I can put that right in the compost bin and not think second about it.